And now, coming from PD's dark, deep, dingy, grey cellar, we've got a vault dive. We've got someone new with us today as well. Introducing PD, it's Carlisle Cult Cinema Cast.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, PD, back with yet another Carlisle Cult Cinema Cast. And hey, we've got a special guest who's joining the podcast on a regular, or a semi-regular, to be honest. And it's Clive Tonge.
You got it right, yeah.
I got it right.
I'm amazed you got it right. We just spent an hour rehearsing that.
Yeah, that's it. And Clive is a film director. He directed the 2018 film Mara with Olga Kurylenko.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
That's about right, yeah.
Craig Conway.
Craig Conway.
How's about that off the top of the bunts?
It's good, yeah. It's good with such an aging Bond.
That's it. And Clive has been living in Carlisle since 2013. If I'd known, we'd have had him on earlier. And I was introduced to Clive off a good friend of mine, Mark Baker, Mark Zowie, Nova Blood, so forth, and Little Devious, and Percy Filth, and you name it, it was Mark. And Mark introduced us, and we got chatting. We had a meeting last week, and Clive's now become a semi-regular member of the podcasting team, Carlisle Cult Cinema Club.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah,
so,
it sounds like a lot of fun.
So you'll be hearing Clive dish on some of the films that we'll be watching coming up. But to introduce him, we haven't done one for a while. Waff's not here, hence why we had Daz doing the intro today.
Sorry, Waff.
Sorry, Waffster.
The B team, yeah, the B team.
That's it. That's it. Well, yeah, Waff couldn't make it tonight. No. So yeah, this is Clive's down to join us because obviously Steve's still about as well, and Steve will be popping in. So there's 5 of us, to be fair now.
We're on our way to a football team. That's what we're trying to do.
Exactly. But we're all based in Carlisle. Yeah, we're all based in Carlisle. We're all going to have a good time. So yeah, to introduce Clive, we thought we'd do a vault dive. So we're sitting in my cinema room, the vault, the Donaldson vault, filled with VHS and Blu-rays, the full 72 DPP nasties.
That sounds like double penetration twice.
It does, but it's the Department
That's one of my picks.
Damn. But it's the Department of Public Prosecutions.
All right, okay.
There you go.
So it's a BFC. No, it's not the BFC.
BBFC.
BBFC,
yeah. No, it was the courts that done them. And, you know, the usual Godzillas and horror creatures and critters and more critters and Return of the Living Deads. So yeah, Clive's going to do a anyways, Clive, right, before we get on, tell everybody a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm young and handsome, and I think I've never done a podcast before, so hopefully this is as bad as it gets. Yeah. But basically, yeah, so I teach film production, but I'm a semi-working director maybe. So I made a film called Mara that you can see on Sky Movies and Amazon and various places.
I highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it. Great film.
Yes, I watched it just yesterday.
About sleep demons and sleep paralysis.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And if you've ever had sleep paralysis, you'll totally dig this film.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I get where it's coming from because of my condition as well.
Yeah. Tough gig. Very hard to get a film off the ground and get greenlit with the film. Worked damn hard to get it done. You know, 7 years to get the script right. It took. So it was a long process. Yeah. Which we can dive into one.
We will sit down when we've got all of us here, and we'll sit down and
absolutely, we'll totally discuss it more.
Yeah, that's it.
Aside from that, I've done a bunch of short films, one horror short, and I'm just, as PD said, the guy who kind of connected us was Mark Zowie. I'm just in the last little bit of editing their music video that I've done for them, so I think we'll be watching that in the next couple of days.
Excellent. Well,
yeah,
definitely
that's
keep an
me.
eye out for that.
Yeah, I know. Damn, looking forward to that because Mark's my mate, and yeah, I've always enjoyed the music.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've heard the track already, because he usually plays it. So yeah, always a winner. We nearly had a collapse there, but it's all right. We're getting there.
Fine.
It's fine. It's all fine.
fine.
It's just me being.
okay, yeah.
It's just me being.
I get my coat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
No, no.
absolutely fine.
Fine. It's just
Yes.
me. It's me. It's Donaldson being Donaldson. You've got. It's me just being me.
Okay.
What?
So what happens? What's
He was
happened?
worried that you were too quiet, but I just
wanted him to check while you were
okay,
talking.
yeah.
You weren't.
I've never been called that before.
No.
Quiet. Well, there we go. And that's same here. You know what I mean? That's one thing I've
Should I
heard been
sit up
called.
a bit?
So, yeah. So Clive's going to be joining us, and I'm very honoured to have Clive with us.
Absolutely.
And we'll dive deeper into Mara.
Yeah.
And we might be able to get Craig Conway. Maybe get him on at the same time,
I could give him a shout, definitely.
Excellent.
because we could
Yeah.
do it via Zoom with the four of us.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because we've done that before.
Yeah. Seems good.
It works well, doesn't it?
As long as I sort my
Headphones out.
Yeah.
Putting Clive on the spot there, and I do apologise
Yeah,
because
you
I'm a
totally
twat.
did,
I did. I'm a twat. Sorry,
what
mate.
happened? I'm not.
Oh no, he's just a
With me saying we could get maybe Craig Conway, putting him in the spot.
I can have a word. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways, we'll,
You have to promise for him right now.
Okay, right.
no,
yeah.
you don't. So we're going to do a Volts dive, and then we're just going to have a little chat about Roger Corman,
Yeah.
because obviously, sadly, Roger Corman passed away
Just last week, wasn't it?
2 days ago,
Yeah.
2 or 3 days, just at the weekend there,
Yeah.
which is really sad. I mean, he was a great age, 98, but
Was he 98? Okay.
98, but it's still really sad because of the amount of people
The
who
legacy he's
the
left.
legacy he's left
Yeah,
is
yeah.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Whether you know Roger Corman's work or not, I'm guaranteed you'll know somebody
Absolutely.
who has. It wouldn't be about if it wasn't for him.
Yeah.
Basically,
A lot
Uh,
of directors there. A lot
of directors,
Yeah.
a hell of a lot, and actors.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's start with the Volts dive. So, Clive, pick yourself a film out. So get yourself in amongst the shelving. Oh. That's it. What you got? Yeah, what we got there?
Near Dark.
Near Dark.
Near Dark.
What a classic. Pass it over, Clive.
Clive, you couldn't have picked a better one.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, like, you know what I mean? Second best vampire film of the 80s.
First.
No.
What's better?
And Clive's passed me over one of my VHS that needs a bit of a clean. It's a bit dutty. Dutty. And that's not the Christina Aguilera song either.
No.
Dutty, she's filthy.
Dutty.
And it's, God, I mean, this is 30-odd-year-old now.
87.
87, so it just shows you, man.
Same age as Lost Boys. Overshadowed by Lost Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Such a shame.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
better
far
than Lost
considered-
Boys.
Oh, God, yeah.
Far superior to the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lost Boys is... I mean, Wofford be screaming at us at the moment if he was here, but the Lost Boys is the Bon Jovi, as I've said before.
Yeah.
The Bon Jovi of 80s vampire films.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't
It's all
to me
perms.
as much a horror film as that is.
Yeah.
No.
That's a horror
And
film.
that's a love story as well.
Yeah.
Beautiful love story.
Same
a
with the
Western,
other-
if I remember
It was
right.
a
A
Western as well,
Western,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
It's-
Well,
Wi-
vampire's not
and
mentioned.
Really gory and really.
It's never mentioned.
Nasty.
Never mentioned.
Never mentioned in the entire thing.
Oh, they're not.
No.
Didn't know
The
that.
word
yeah.
vampire is never mentioned.
So let's have a look at this lovely VHS here from the producers of The Golden Child and Witness. A classic, Evening Standard, stylish, gripping and grisly, City Limits, Near Dark, Blood is our life, darkness our feeding ground, and sunlight our eternal damnation. And it's got a cracking cast. Adrian Pizzadar, I think that's how it's said, Jenny Wright, Lance Henriksen, Bill Paxton, Jeanette Goldstein, Tim Bloody Thomason, trancer, Jack Death, love that man, stand-up comedian, Joshua John Miller. Just a great cast.
And a director who was on fire.
Yeah, Catherine Bigelow. She went on to do a lot of bigger things.
Yeah.
Just superb. And look, going back to the VHS here, it's got on the back one of the best horror movies for a long time, Mail on Sunday. Terrifying ride to the edge of darkness. Time out. A sublime visual treat, brilliantly conceived. What's on? A wholly original thriller. Evening Standard. And it's got a few pictures on the back, and then here's the premise it says on the back of the VHS.
Go on then.
In a small backroads town, a new girl never goes unnoticed. May is beautiful, sensual and mysterious. She appears by night and cannot be found by day. Caleb discovers May and wants to know her better, much better. May gives Caleb a kiss on the neck, which bleeds slightly. Stunned by the kiss, Caleb barely noticed. May disappears into the dawn. But the sun rises, its rays scorch and burns his flesh as he staggers home, and that's the bit when he's
smoking.
Yeah, and then the van
come pick him up.
Yeah,
Yearly, mate. What's
Caleb never reaches home. He's snatched into a Winnebago bus. Its windows blacked out, but its occupants lurking in the darkness within. They are ancient and evil, and a band of eternal drifters, living and hunting for human blood by night and hiding from the sun by day. And May is one of them. May's kiss has transformed Caleb. He is now immortal, indestructible by night. And I can't read the rest because it's a bit small.
Was it doing like the Star Wars?
Yeah,
call?
kind of. And it's 93 minutes long, and it came out entertainment and video.
Yeah, no. Great label, wasn't it?
Oh, they brought out so much stuff.
Yeah.
Party Animal was an entertainment in video.
Yeah.
And it needs rewound.
Oh.
Somebody wasn't kind.
Fine now.
That's it. And what a film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What an absolute cracking film it is.
I mean, yeah, well, you know how much of an advocate I am for this film,
you say you watch it once a year.
At least.
And a lot of them were had been in Aliens or Terminator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lance Henriksen, Terminator and Aliens, Bill Paxton the same.
Well,
Jeanette
was
Goldstein.
it a success? I don't know if it was successful or
no,
not.
because it was overshadowed by
Lost Boys.
Oh, okay, so it didn't get its dues.
No,
not really, no. But Catherine Bigelow got a lot of respect for it.
Yeah. Oh, she did a really
it was
good
her
job.
first film, I think.
Was it her first film?
I think it was. But she was going out with James...
What a debut,
I'm sure she was going out with James Cameron.
Yeah.
Which is why she had Lance Henriksen, Jeanette Goldstein...
right, okay.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah,
all from Aliens.
Yeah.
So that's why they
No,
were
she'd
on
done
board.
the
So
Loveless.
that's going to help.
Yeah.
She'd done The Loveless in 1981, which is an excellent film. If you've never seen that, with
I've never seen that.
Willem Dafoe.
I've never seen it. Loveless.
The trailer used to be is it Rabid or something like that.
All right.
That's how I first was introduced to it.
On the VHS of
On
Rabbit?
the VHS of Rabid,
okay.
the trailer. And she didn't make Near Dark till 87. Then she done Touched by the Hand of God, New Order.
Of course.
Brilliant.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Blue Steel, which is a great Jamie Lee Curtis actioner.
I thought it was a Zoolander look.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I
love Blue Steel.
Then Point Break, Wild Palms TV show. She's done an episode of that. Strange Days, which is excellent.
Yeah, Strange Days is great.
Point Break has got a really mint chase in it. Really great.
Cracking. Oh, it is.
What a foot chase that is, It's a classic foot chase, really.
Yeah.
Point Break was 91.
Right, yeah.
Strange Days was 95.
Yeah.
Weight of Water, I haven't seen, I must admit. K-19 Widowmaker, I wasn't a fan of.
I haven't watched it.
Mission Zero, never seen. Hurt Locker, obviously one of the bigger.
That was great, yeah. That was great.
Believe it or not, after Hurt Locker, she's in a TV movie.
Okay.
Bloody hell.
And then she came back with Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
The Protectors, Detroit, I'm Not a Weapon.
Detroit was good.
Still not seen that.
Like
no, I haven't
tense,
seen that.
You know what I mean?
Well,
good tense.
And she's got one in development and one in production.
Oh, good.
So she's,
Still active.
Still active.
Good.
Still,
Still kicking arse, really. Those last few films are all mint, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all like really good.
That's
She's got a good back catalogue, definitely.
Oh, she's got good rep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Near Dark is... that sequence in the bar.
Well, with Severin.
Oh, superb,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is similar to the sequence, for me, do you know the sequence in Fright Night 2 when they go into the bowling alley?
Yeah.
And it's a similar kind of.
Yeah, it is actually.
You know what I mean?
I watched Fright Night 2 quite recently, actually.
It's a fucking excellent film.
It's a lot of fun.
But yeah,
don't think I've seen Friday Night 2.
It's a lot more over the top.
Yeah, it is.
Or
it
maybe
is.
I saw it at the time and it's like lost now.
Yeah, I mean, I much prefer the first one, I'll be honest.
Okay.
I love the first one, but I do watch the second one a lot.
Do you?
And I'm going to be getting hopefully one of the writers from the second one on the show.
Cool.
He's wrote all sorts of stuff, and he was also Miguel. Oh, I can't think. It's Miguel Summit, but he was also quite thinking getting Nick Castle to do The Last Starfighter to direct that.
Right.
So he was behind getting The Last Starfighter as well. So it'll be an interesting conversation. So there we go. Near Dark. There's the first vault dip.
Yeah.
So I think cracking film.
Brilliant.
If you've not seen it for a long time, Near Dark, 1987. I think
it's not on a streaming service.
No,
is it not?
No. So
if
you can get it on
if you're a
Blu-ray.
fan of horror, this is a must-see.
Yeah, you can
bracket, really.
go to HMV, pick it up on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Go to HMV rather than get it off Amazon.
I haven't seen it on Blu-ray either.
It is.
No, it will be out there. I mean, I've got the special edition
DVD that came out years ago.
So I'm not upgrading from that because I'm not one for upgrading because I can't afford to.
I kind of upgraded everything.
I'm happy with that special edition shiny boxed thing that I've got.
Yeah, I've got it somewhere as well, that edition.
It's not going to look much different.
No, I've got the American version of it.
Have you?
Aye.
It won't play on my machines.
No, it wouldn't.
What's the point of that then?
But because all my machines were multi-regionable.
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 Right, well, I'm on PlayStation, so.
All right, there you go then. So, Clive, do you want to pick your next film out of the vaults?
Okay, yeah.
It's a vault dive with Clive Tonge.
Clive and dive rhyme.
There we go.
Okay. Oh my god, it's a dive with Clive.
Another classic.
He's picked out one of my. Well, it's a joint favourite film of all time.
He's doing all right, this boy, isn't he?
He is. He's
for us.
He's doing it. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
He's picked The Evil Dead.
The Evil Dead original, Sam Raimi.
And look at that cover. Pass that over, Clive,
God.
and let's do a bit of
The artwork is just seminal, isn't it?
Graham Humphrey's artwork, Palace Video, the most ferociously original horror film of the year, Stephen King. Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead.
Agree, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When it came out, I know people who are still terrified of this movie today.
I don't understand.
Well, for me as well, because it terrified me when I saw it when it came out. There's still a bit of that. It's still, you know what I mean? It's not unscary. It's definitely like OTT, makes you feel sick, and like those possessions are gnarly, aren't they? Like really, like dirty.
Still to this day.
I was practical effects. Even though,
I love practical.
All the way. I mean, even though, obviously, from today's standards, it's plasticine, a lot of plasticine effects, but it looks fucking because it looks so otherworldly. It works so fucking well.
And I think it was like it's aggressive, isn't it? When them things come at you, and they've got those wide contact lenses.
Filmmaking.
There's no let up of them. There's no
it's insane,
They're after you, you know what I mean? It's great.
And when they
visceral.
get you, it's nasty when they get you.
You've
got you meet a nasty end, 100%. Everything's nasty.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says.
No let up. There's no. It's great.
So when something like that comes along, it makes an impression, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
I had a similar reaction with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
It's like this doesn't. It looks like a shitty low budget. What is this real?
Yeah.
But one of the marvelous things with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the lack of blood.
Yeah,
there's no blood in it hardly.
You know what I mean? And it's all in there. People think it's gorier than it is.
You never see her get hung up on the hook. Although you think you do, because you fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
When she gets hit in the doorway, is it she? No, he gets hit in the doorway.
The hammer and all that.
You don't see much there.
No,
it's the noise. The noise is vile.
Getting dragged away.
Yeah,
and he was sort of like spasming, wasn't it?
And it's all what you're filling in.
That's
it.
That's
brilliant.
Of course, it is
great filmmaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this, again, as I said, punk rock filmmaking, which was, punk rock in itself was very visceral. And like this
is low budget as well.
Yes,
Punk rock, they weren't the best players and all that, but they made the best noise,
Yeah.
And this is my joint top film of all time. I seen this when I was about 8 or 9 on VHS.
Yeah, I find that mad.
Before it had came out on video, because my dad's mate was owned a video shop.
He had a boat.
Yeah,
with a Johnny Roger on it.
Yeah, he was a pirate. I used to get up at 5 o'clock on a morning and watch 2 films and pirate them before I went to school.
Right.
This was in the 80s. So I'd fill a 3, because most films were an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So my dad would get 4-hour and 3-hour tapes, and we'd judge them. There was now and again you'd have, the ending would just be slightly clipped, and that'd be it ended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because of the tapes. But
Yeah.
usually they were
maybe
all right.
on the credits.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter then.
No, it didn't, because
Really didn't matter then.
that's
There was
it.
no post-credit scenes
Exactly.
then. It was a simpler time.
Yes.
It's just the Evil Dead. We all know the story. A bunch of kids go to a cabin in the woods, and they find the recordings and an old book, and the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, Book of the Dead, and they play the recordings. They read the things from the book, and all shit breaks loose.
All hell comes out, doesn't
it's
it?
chaos. And what a cast. I mean, you've got Bruce Campbell, who is probably the cultiest actor in the world.
Absolutely.
Be careful how you say that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy for me to say. I don't know about others.
He'd probably like the other way as well.
Yeah, okay.
I think he would.
Ellen Sandweiss as Cheryl, Richard DeManicore as Scott, Betsy Baker as Linda, Teresa Tilley as Shelley, and then you had a bunch of fake shemps who were all the stand-ins and the stunt.
I don't remember anyone's name from that film.
Apart from Bruce.
Yeah.
Being Ash. I mean, that sticks with you, doesn't it?
Ted Raimi.
They've made that stick.
Yeah. Ted Raimi was a fake shemp. Ivan Raimi was a fake shemp.
Right.
What's a shemp?
A shemp
Like
is no. Shemp was the stand-in in the Three Stooges.
It was the what?
A shemp. Do you know the bald one from the Three Stooges?
Right.
Well, it was 2 different actors.
All right, okay.
And one was Shemp. One was called, I think he was called Shemp.
Right.
And then they've used that name.
They've used that name
ever since.
because if you notice that a lot of Sam Raimi's humour is Three Stooges style humour.
Yeah.
Slapstick, and that's why you get the fake Shem, because it's a whole Stooges. So if you didn't know that, you know what I mean.
You do now.
You do now. But yeah, the Evil Dead.
A school day with PD.
And Scott Spiegel as well, who would go on to do The Intruder, which is a great slasher film with Bruce Campbell in, and Ted Raimi. Sam Raimi's in it as well. And just I'll tell you who else got the start on the Evil Dead film, the Coen brothers.
Really?
What do you mean they got the start on it?
They were cameramen.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They were all mates. And
With Sam Raimi?
Sam Raimi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that as well, yeah.
Yeah, helped out. All sorts. They were big mates. And also...
they went in massive different directions.
Yeah.
But they're still good friends.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, actually, somebody released, and I saw it, and it might be too boring unless you're a sort of geeky filmmaker, but somebody's put together a load of outtakes from the original Evil Dead, and
I love all that shit.
It's like an hour long or maybe longer.
Right.
And what it shows is, it's like behind the scenes, it shows you like the young energy they had on that set. Do you know what I mean? It's all the the stuff they cut off
as well, weren't they?
Yeah, and you could just see them making the film in real time and trying stuff and doing stuff.
They probably just want to get it over and done with. You know what I mean? We're living out here.
Yeah.
Fucking let's get it over and done with. That's
He was good, Sam Raimi. He was that drive, I guess. I mean, you can see he's got a vision and a tone and skills, but that drive, it's hard to get that drive.
There's similarities with Corman, actually. the way he's filming. Well, obviously the way he's filming, but like Corman would make people stop where they're filming and stuff like that, just to keep costs down and stuff like that. Exactly the same as Raimi. And, you've got to appreciate that.
I mean, what he done to get the film made?
Willing to do that for him.
Well, what he done to get the film made? They made a short film called Within the Woods.
We've talked about this before.
You're right. I've got a copy of that if you ever need to see it, Clive.
I can't think if I've seen that yet.
And that was to show to investors to get money to make the film.
Yeah.
Just brilliant.
That's more drive even needed for all that kind of all the finances, which is like a head
and there wasn't a lot of money, in it, to be honest. But it was a massive success.
Well, it's still making him money now.
Still making money to this day.
Yeah.
And it spawned an unbelievably iconic franchise with iconic characters, and the TV series is fantastic, and the remakes and the well, not remakes actually now, the sequels are classed as.
Yeah. So what do you think of the remake of that then? The next one.
Loved it. It's not a remake; it's a sequel.
Is it? I thought it was a remake. I didn't like it nearly as much as I
I didn't like it.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, yeah.
Oh, like the Evil Dead 2016, is it?
I haven't seen
earlier than that, I think. But it was.
The remake of Evil Dead.
The one that came after that is the one I'm on about.
Yeah.
Oh, Evil Dead 2.
No, Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, I think it's Evil Dead 2, isn't it? The one that came exactly after that.
I love it.
That's Evil Dead 2.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like that. The other one, the other one's too comedy for me.
I prefer this.
Yeah,
but I love the sequel. Because of how it developed, and then I adore Army of Darkness as well. But this is the man. The original is the man and will always be the man, but the others are excellent. And Evil Dead 2 is a lot of people's favourite films, like Edgar Wright.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like it. I just never struck with
it.
Yeah.
That poster.
Yeah, that poster.
Exact poster.
Oh, yeah.
That's an original.
I didn't see up there. There's posters above us as well.
For people who are listening, you can't see that, so sorry about that.
Yeah, there's a original Evil Dead 2 poster.
Yeah, it's my first time in this vault, and it is like stepping into an 80s video shop, basically. Yeah. It's wall-to-wall videos, and I'm asked to choose one. It's posters and memorabilia everywhere, so, and everything's a bloody VHS. Yeah. You don't get rooms like this very often.
No, you don't.
And it does take me back to being asked or trying to find a film, and you get influenced by the cover or whatever. What I mean?
You asked me before about collecting stuff like this, and that's exactly the answer.
Yeah, okay.
Seeing the artwork and seeing the spines.
It's the nostalgia.
Yeah.
There's definitely nostalgia. Yeah.
I don't watch my VHS. You know what I mean? I've got VHS rips of a lot of the films.
Yeah.
And I don't watch them. I prefer to watch them in HD, in Blu-ray or DVD quality or whatever.
Why not?
You know what I mean? Because it's better quality. But I love the aestheticness of it all. Yeah. The feel, the smell, the covers, the artwork. Yeah. And it just takes me back to that time in the 80s where...
Covers is a big deal, actually. Yeah. I think...
They've lost the art.
Albums went away. Well, I know they're coming back now, but... Yeah. Album covers was it was everything before CDs,
Absolutely.
I mean VHS now is very much
collector as well.
Okay, yeah.
Same here. I've got loads upstairs.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm MKV files on a memory stick with MP3s everywhere.
That's all right. We're all right, man.
I've got 3 decks set up.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got a USB
for many years. Yeah.
So, anyways, Evil Dead, 100% classic.
Yeah.
Stone
Cold classic.
Stone Cold. Another film I'd die on the hill for. Okay. There's only a handful of films I would die on the hill for protecting, and you know what I mean. Evil Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead, Chuck Steele, Night of the Trampires, Singing in the Rain. Now there's a one that's thrown Clive there.
Well, there's one of them I've never heard of.
Chuck Steele.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about before.
Yeah. I've never heard of that in my life.
We'll introduce you to that, don't worry.
Yeah, I've always thought of myself as a film geek, but right now I know I'm like the baby in this room.
Well, no, I wouldn't go to say that. I'm just a fan. I'm not a geek. Well, I am, but not a geek.
I'm a geek. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
he opened the door to geek.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
described himself as a geek.
Yeah, no.
So I thought, okay, but it's open season. We can
yeah,
say
I'm a geek. I'm a film nerd. I'm a film geek.
I thought I was a film geek, but maybe I'm not.
Rider.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm stone cold. So you know what I mean? But yeah, right. So on to the next one,
Oh,
Mr. Tonge.
this is the 80s video shop experience in
It is,
live.
Oh,
Oh,
Society.
what a look at that cover as well.
Let's see.
oh.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Another. This is Medusa Pictures. Society number 8. It's an 18. You've got Movie of the Year, Fear. Outrageous. The Daily Mail. They would say that, wouldn't they? And on the front cover, you've got a beautiful looking lady pulling her face off.
Yeah.
With a bloke in a black tie outfit just standing looking on, and it's all about fitting in society. Society for Billy Whitney. Fear plays a large part in family life.
Played by Billy Warlock.
Billy Warlock from Baywatch.
If you remember rightly.
I don't remember. I haven't seen. I've seen Baywatch, but I don't know.
Baywatch was big at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
And this was. I mean, he didn't go on to have a massive career. I don't think Billy Warlock.
No, but
he went on to do this. And maybe this killed his career. I don't know.
No, this was awesome.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
He senses something terrible is about to happen. That his parents' strange relationships hide something monstrous, unspeakable. Others call him paranoid, but Billy's convinced his friends are out to get him, and he knows if he makes waves, he's going to drown. And it is fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah, that is batshit crazy.
You've got Billy Warlock, directed by Brian Usner, and it is nuts.
It's about the excessive money, though, isn't it?
Money, power.
It's about having all the money in all the world, so you can make anything happen. And it's very.
And it's a lot to do with that whole American old money.
It's the yuppie times, and
it's probably relevant today as well, because it's like conspiracy theories that they're all reptiles and all the elites doing all doing all this orgies and whatever.
And it is when it gets going. You know what I mean?
Fucking proper nuts.
There's a scene where the guy's got an ass face.
Yeah.
They pushed the practical effects to the limit there.
Yeah, and it's all practical.
I bet they had a right laugh at designing that.
All practical effects. I think it was Screaming Mad George, possibly. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But it was fucking superb.
Shocker.
Yeah.
It's not what you expect.
No.
It takes a while for it to even get anywhere near.
That's it. He discovers his parents.
It's been since the 80s. I've only seen this film once.
Well, you can get it. You can rent it on Prime Video for £3.49, or you can watch it free if you've got the Arrow Video channel, which I happen to have.
Right, okay.
But that twist in that.
Yeah.
It had the same sort of gut punch as. Have you seen Audition? Japanese?
Yes.
Yes.
When that does that 180 in that is vile, isn't it? Like hardcore.
Yeah.
That was a similar thing then. Where they go, it's like so grotesque, isn't it?
Yeah. But there's a lot more humour in this than there is in Audition.
And commentary, and there's a commentary there, isn't there?
Yes, it's a good social commentary.
Yeah, exactly.
On the state of America as it was in the time, because it was all very power corporate America.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of old money versus new money.
Yeah.
Great stuff, because they were all, it's like an orgy cult they're in, isn't it?
Yeah.
To keep them going and make them more money. To be won. Yeah, it's fucking
fucked film. Good choice, man.
And it's got it's fucking madness.
Who else is in it? Billy Warlock. Anyone else?
Conceited Agonise, Ben Slack. There's a lot of people, that.
No A-listers.
No. Brian Bremer, he done a few things. He was a decent actor in horror films.
Probably hard to get a job after being in that.
Yeah,
because it would have shocked so many people,
grossed
them
Warlock.
out.
Maybe it killed his career.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian Bremer, he was in Pumpkinhead and he was in Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 playing Pino.
Right, so he was in Pumpkinhead, fair enough, but Silent Night, Deadly Night 5...
What's wrong with that, like?
5.
Well, it's not 1, is it?
No, but it was...
Is it? I haven't seen it. Is it a Christmas-based slasher or something?
I think it was. The first one wasn't it?
Yeah. This the 5's the toy maker.
Oh,
The first 3 are all kind of following the same guy or his brother
Right.
type thing. Then 4 goes off the plot completely.
Okay. In an 80s, is it still 80s? Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
The initiation.
Yeah, when 80s goes off the plot, it's like magnificent, isn't it?
Oh, it's 80s or early 90s.
Okay.
And the 5th one's the same. And it's got Mickey Rooney as the toy maker.
oh, right.
Oh, really?
And,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, aye. And Mickey Rooney slated big time the original.
Must be the
Okay.
end. Must be the end of his career. Though,
Coming
just
too
about,
close to the end of his
He
career.
was an old man, I'm
Yeah,
guessing, in
yeah.
that, yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
getting like.
Oh, he
any
went
money
against
good,
the
to be
original.
honest.
He went against it, but Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 wasn't filmed as Silent Night, Deadly Night 5. It was filmed as the toy maker.
Ah, right. So it wouldn't.
Not-
then
not
put
even
out-
connected.
Not even connected. Same
And
with the
then-
4th one. The first 3 are connected. 4 and 5 aren't. But
Right.
The
They just kept the name.
yeah.
Because it was a franchise.
Keep it as a franchise.
sell it.
Made
Yeah,
money.
Yeah.
It was a recognisable name, you see, by that
Yeah.
point.
Guaranteed to sell films.
Yeah.
and-
Straight to video. Folk are going to hire it out.
yeah.
Don't forget, you could make as much on straight to video films as some folk would make on the cinema, if not more.
And some found their feet on video, didn't
The
they?
Thing.
Didn't Shawshank Redemption?
Shawshank.
Wasn't that
Yeah,
like some...
yeah.
The Thing,
Yeah, The
Shawshank.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
The Thing,
so many that didn't find, and then came on years later to be
Cult classics.
Cult classics because of-
cult
Or
classics, yeah.
straight out classics as
Yeah.
well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Shawshank's like,
Yeah.
Blade Runner was a flop.
Yeah.
So- what was a
Blade
flop?
Runner was a flop.
Was that a flop, was
Yeah,
it?
and made its
But
money on.
that was one of the first VHS I remember being able to buy, like, where you could get like different versions of it. I think.
Oh yeah,
VHS,
yeah.
Back in the day.
Aye, because they started bringing out different. Yeah,
Yeah. I think
How
director's
many
cut
how many
and stuff.
versions have you seen?
Well, no,
I've seen
the
3.
director's cut, there's the vinyl cut.
Have you seen all these though?
Yeah.
Because I think I've maybe seen
There's,
2
there's,
cuts.
I
there's
think
the
I've seen
original
3.
theatrical, there's the final cut, and there's director's cut.
yeah,
And
that's
there's
it.
probably another cut.
There's I'm sure there's more.
There's
Hasn't,
probably-
hasn't
there will
Ridley
be.
Scott done another 2 or something?
Right.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Aye, the bathroom cut.
Yeah,
I don't know what
The unicorn cut.
Uncut, just raw footage.
Well, yeah, no, that's got
Yeah.
relevance to unicorn.
of course, that's what I said it.
Yeah.
So, Clive, on to the next one. That was Society. Brian Usner, Brian Usner made so many as well, and he was involved in a lot of the H.P. Lovecraft stuff.
Yeah.
And he was the producer on Reanimator, and went
Okay.
on to do. He directed Reanimator 2, and yeah, great.
A helicopter.
No, it'd be that fan.
All right.
I've got
Is it in them?
Can you hear it in the headphones?
No.
No.
I haven't even got the headphones on. They're around my neck.
Oh,
you
around
can
your
see
neck.
that.
Yeah.
We're in the same room.
No,
Yeah,
I was
it's-
asking, is it possible to... Is it
Oh,
going
yeah,
on the
that's a good-
recording?
That's a very good choice. Choice.
Yeah. Can you hear it?
Very slightly.
Aye. Which we've I'd have a fan on because it's so warm.
Yeah.
AI, PD. Let the AI take
Let
it
the
away.
AI take it away.
Oh, yeah.
Let the robots do it.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? So
I smell trouble.
I smell trouble. Yeah, it's Terminator, isn't it? Skynet
Yeah,
AI is going to
Skynet,
fuck us
man.
all over.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Okay.
Right. So
Shall I go back to the video shop?
yes, Clive, pick
Okay,
another one.
Stepping back in time.
Yes. I'm gonna go back in time. Do-do-do-do-do. Back in time.
Creep Show.
What an absolute fantastic George Romero and Stephen King together at last. The Creep Show, an anthology, and Alpha Video, Intervision. Now, as a lot of people know, the Alpha Video ident is what we use as our theme tune.
Yeah.
Because it appeared in one of those library sounds, so it's
Okay.
free to air.
There you go.
That's why I use it, and and it was off the first VHS I ever saw, and this is I mean, look at that. Still, it's in the Intervision.
It's in very good condition.
It's in great nick. It's in a white Intervision box. You've got the ghoul on the front, Creep Show, the most fun you'll have ever being scared, and You know what I mean? It looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't
Can
it?
you remember? I can't remember what shorts are in it. Can you remember the one? Because they made a few creep shows, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
So what is this? What is on this one?
You had
Do you know?
Father's Day.
There's one under the...
No, I'll give you that.
Right.
There's Father's Day.
Is that the head on a beach?
No, that's the one with Ted Danson with the beach.
What happens to do the drowned people come back to life and come after them? Yeah,
That's-
okay, yeah, good visual that.
Yeah. The Crate, which was
That crate, that's
The Crate,
yeah,
the Crate's a good one.
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Yeah.
Then there's the lonesome thing of Geordie Mirrell, Stephen King one where it gets all green and
Turns into
Oh,
grass,
yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
He plays like a hick, doesn't he? He's like a hillbilly type.
Yeah, man.
then
I'm just
there's
nodding, no one can hear that. Yeah.
then there's the one with the
Nodding's bad
cockroaches.
radio, man.
There's the one with the there's the one with the cockroaches.
Oh yeah, good ending.
No one likes
Yeah,
cockroaches.
that was a shocker when I saw that at the
Unless
cinema.
it's Joe's apartment, and then we all...
Oh, we love Joe's Apartment. I love Joe's Apartment.
What's
Fantastic
Joe's
film.
apartment?
Have you never seen Joe's apartment?
What is it?
Jerry
Oh.
O'Connell gets a flat that's absolutely full of riddled with cockroaches.
But
Right.
they're all singing and dancing.
They all sing and dance, and it's great. It's amazing.
It's
It was an
mental.
MTV
What's
film.
it called?
Joe's Apartment came out in the
Welcome
90s.
to Joe's
Apartment.
Very
It's
good.
just bizarre.
Nuts film.
Sounds bizarre.
Yeah,
Well,
it is. Proper
So
stoner
they
film.
help
Okay.
him in his life and stuff
Yeah,
like
they
that.
do.
They help and hinder him. You know what I mean?
The bugs do.
Yeah.
Joe's
They become his
apartment.
friends.
Yeah. It's fucking brilliant.
Superb.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting an
Just,
education here.
Cult classic.
yeah, it is. And it's got a fantastic cast. Hal Holbrook, Leslie Nielsen, the lovely Adrian Barbeau,
Oh, yeah.
who
of course, yeah.
we all know gets
Scary.
Horror
her,
icon.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fog.
gets her boobies out in Swamp Thing,
Yeah.
the original one with Wes Craven.
Yeah.
And
Not
the
that you were
fog.
looking.
No, not that I was looking. I was a kid, man. You know what I mean? Come on.
I think pretty much every video on these shelves will have boobs out.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. E.G.
They were
Marshall,
different times.
Yeah.
Fritz Weaver, Ed Harris, Ted Danson, Stephen King, Robert Harper, Galen Ross. Galen Ross, who was in Dawn of the Dead,
Okay. Yeah, didn't know
she
that.
played the female survivor in Dawn of the Dead. You know who I mean?
Yeah.
Can't have the name's frigging gone through my head, and it's my favourite film, but I can't, for the life of me,
Yeah, that's all right, man.
I can't think of who she
So
played in
hang
Dawn
on,
of the
I
Dead.
thought Evil Dead was your favourite
Oh,
film.
no, the joint.
The Joint.
Oh, the joint. Okay.
He's always been very
You can
clear
have
about
joint.
this.
Okay, yeah, you can have joint. I
No,
thought I'd got him out.
No,
I've caught him out.
I
there.
do. I'm a
He's
twat.
the host.
Has
Yeah.
he got
So
any
you
more?
can
Have you
have
got any
joint.
more first films?
No, just Dawn of the Dead and Evil Dead.
Right.
That's
Okay.
it.
I wouldn't even try and pick a first film.
Yeah. A favourite sort of. Yeah.
I'm not touching that.
It changes by the minute, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely. I'm with
And
you on
also, I've forgotten stuff that I've seen that I really like. You know.
Yeah. I mean, Juice Bigelow, Mel Gigolo's got to be up there, hasn't it?
Never seen it. Sorry, I've said that so many times.
I'm
tonight.
never seen it.
joking, It's
Okay.
shite. And it's not
Right,
shite,
is
it's
it?
actually fun.
Clive's ready for an
It's actually
education, but no, Creepshow is a top quality anthology.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The sequel's great as well.
yeah.
The Raft,
And I
Chief
like
Woodenhead.
I like a good anthology because
Yeah.
Same
they're
here.
only short. You know, there's going to be good and
and bad.
better and
We-
bad
we-
ones, but they're short, aren't they?
We've done quite a
We've
few.
done a few anthology episodes.
One of
Oh,
our
you've done
one of
some,
our best
yeah.
episodes that we ever done.
The Amicus.
The Amicus anthology rough
Okay,
guide.
the old classics,
yeah,
eh?
the old 70s.
The old 70s one,
Yeah.
and we done a full rough guide, and it was hilarious, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good. It was
Just
really good.
Waff wasn't here; he was on.
Sabbatical.
But he was there on the
Sabbatical.
phone.
Oh, no, he was. Yeah, he never spoke.
He hardly spoke, but he was
Well,
there
no
on the.
one spoke, mate.
No, you did.
spoke.
Yeah,
You spoke. You were hoarse by the end of it.
I was. I'd done.
But you see, I saw his notes, and there was pages and pages.
Oh,
and
really?
pages
Oh, I'd
and
done
pages.
my
I
due
need to make
diligence.
notes, really. I think there's parts of my brain missing. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know where they've gone.
This
This is the
sweet
note-free.
introduction, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why.
No one does any prep for this.
No, apart from I don't even
I
do
thought
any
you just
prep.
do pages and pages. of
No,
notes.
not for
No,
this
no,
one
that
because
was-
I don't know
that
what
was-
you're going to pick.
Basically, the Amicus Anthology episode was a PD monologue.
I spoke about every film and every story.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It went on for
2 and a bit hours. It was a couple of hours episode.
Good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good crack.
Really good laugh.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
not seen them all, but I've seen a few of them, and it was good.
I love them.
Maybe I don't know what I haven't seen. Do you know what I mean? Because I've not seen this, but
Listen
yeah,
to the
I thought.
episode, you'll find out. Or you won't
Yeah.
need to watch them because they'll explain them all in.
Yeah, just go.
I thought
listen
I'd
to
seen
the
them all, but maybe but
listen
I don't
to the
remember them.
guy. Go and listen to the episode, and
How
you'll.
many were there? Amicus anthologies.
There was loads.
Roughly.
8, was it?
I think it was 8.
Okay, I've definitely not
Yeah.
seen
I
them
think it
all.
was 8.
I think it's 8 from the top of my head.
Is Trilogy of Terror, is that one of
No,
them or not?
no,
Okay.
not at all. You had.
Oh God, here we go.
No, I'm not going to get
No,
into
go
it.
on.
Oh no,
'cause-
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Go
Next,
down that
shall I
road.
go down the? Shall I go and pick another one, or are we done with Creep Show?
Well, Creep Show. I mean, the effects were done by Tom Savini.
Savini, yeah.
The
Good,
crate.
good effects as well in
Yeah.
that. Very good effects. I think this is one of them horrors where the effects scare you.
Yes.
The body horror or the beetles coming out of
Yeah.
your mouth.
Where's my cake,
There you go, yeah.
Bedelia?
Oh, I hate that.
But that's what a
Where's
striking
my
image.
cake,
Yeah.
Bedelia? Yeah,
But that's meant to scare you, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
it was all kind of out in the open horror. It wasn't dark
No.
castles and night.
Well, it only had what 20 minutes to tell a story, didn't it?
Yeah, short
So
stories.
You've got to make it like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and
boom.
they've done it when you're Stephen King and George Romero.
Yeah.
Yeah, what more can you ask for?
It's a bit of a dream
It
team.
was
isn't
a
it?
dream team.
I mean,
You know what I
So,
mean?
what's your favourite one out of Creep Show? That's probably
The
a good
original
question.
Creep Show.
Yeah,
Crate.
out of the ones you just read.
I think The Crate is probably
Yeah, I
my
like The
favourite
Crate.
story.
I go with the crate as well. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a great story.
So we see we do come together occasionally.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Come
To be
together.
honest, mate, I think it'll be more often than you
Right
Okay.
now.
think. Yeah, there's lots of.
Oh,
I mean, I'm a
mate.
massive lover of the Twilight movie. Twilight
Yeah,
Zone movie.
I am too. Yeah.
Oh, Twilight Zone movie, not Twilight. I love the Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah.
It was just-
Twilight, the vampires.
No, Twilight Zone movie.
I like Twilight, the vampires.
Oh, you
yeah.
better
is
leave
that-
now
is that
then.
why you did that?
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought you were a
shit.
fan.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
sorry.
mate.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Twilight Zone. Yeah.
we were talking about the Twilight Zone. Oh no!
I've not seen them.
Sorry,
to be
yeah,
honest,
don't, yeah,
I've not seen
don't
them.
physically attack me.
I've not seen them. I've not seen them, so I can't. comment.
I watched the first, and that was enough.
Well,
Second one's better.
Yeah, it was enough.
right. Anyway, we're not
Sparkly
here for Twilight.
vampires,
We're not
I
here
was-
for Twilight.
I
We've
was
just been
out.
talking about Creep Show for fuck's sake.
I know. Anyways,
I'm sorry, mate.
Creep Show. I mean, the TV show of the Creep Show as well
I've still not
is
seen
excellent, and that's
Oh,
on.
is it good, is it?
It's on Shudder on Amazon.
That. Yeah.
So if
Okay.
you-
I might have to do
which Shudder is worth getting.
Okay.
Shudder is well worth getting. As Daz will tell you,
Yeah, I've had it a couple of times
Yeah,
for the
it's-
free trial.
he just goes
Okay.
for the free trial.
Yeah, okay.
Baker done the
Watch
same.
every
I've actually-
movie and then
I
come out.
do. Occasionally, I'll pay for a month and watch what I want to watch, and then
Yeah.
come off for a while. And that's how I do things now,
Yeah.
rather than.
You get your money's worth, definitely.
I'll literally subscribe, and then I'll unsubscribe in the same thing. So I'll pay my whatever
Oh, right,
for
okay.
the first month.
Oh,
and
so
then
they
I'll come
can't
off
sting you, kind
so,
of.
So I'm out of it. I'm not renewing it.
Yeah, okay.
So I only pay.
Oh, they
for a
let you
month.
do it month by month,
Oh
too?
yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's
Yeah,
good then.
yeah,
That is good.
As long as you're quick on that.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as you start subscribing, it's going to charge you until you stop.
Yeah.
But you can start
In
you'll
the
get your
same
first-
session, in the same sitting.
Absolutely, yeah, because you've paid for your first month. So
Okay.
that's paid up.
And then you can
So, yeah.
unsubscribe.
you
Well, that's
unsubscribe,
sensible, really,
once-
isn't it?
I've done that a few
Yeah,
times.
for somebody who's,
Okay.
I'm quite savvy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quite frugal.
Baker done that with to watch last night with the devil.
Yeah, you know
Late
what?
night with the devil.
And
Sorry.
it's absolutely worth it. Was that on Shudder yet?
Yeah, it's on
Yeah, is
Shudder.
it? I
Yeah.
might do it just to watch that.
It's
Oh, no, I'll
fucking
get it off.
superb. Yeah, I've got. I'm getting the disc coming
Yeah.
from
Before you-
Umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be able to lend it off me when that comes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no problem. So, Creep Show done. On to another.
Okay, I'll go again. Fright Night.
Fright Night.
Jeez, we've already talked about it.
Yeah. Now,
Awesome.
this is the greatest vampire film of the 80s. Which I will be writing about in We Belong Dead. I've got to do the Rise of the 80s vampire films.
Oh, bro.
What's that? Is
getting
this
in
a
there?
book you're writing?
A magazine I do bits for.
Okay.
I've just done one piece. I've got a Godzilla piece to finish off. I've got a Monster Squad piece to do. collecting VHS piece to do, and this is all between now and December.
Okay, so
Different,
you've got
different.
some time.
Yeah, the Godzilla one needs done for the end of June.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah. But anyways, Fright Night, fucking awesome film.
Yeah.
If you love being scared, it'll be the night of your life. And Fright Night is basically a room with a view with vampires.
Yeah, it is.
Boiling it down, room with a view with vampires.
Disturbia.
Yeah.
So,
Another rear window. Sorry, rear window.
I was
Not
going to
room
say,
with a view.
the plot for Room with a View.
Yeah, rear window.
Rear window.
Hitchcock's rear window. I meant, not room with a view.
Yeah, yeah.
Room with a view is
I
that fucking.
actually knew what you meant.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I was thinking, why is it?
Yeah,
he's been with. He knows the score.
Bronte film or something. isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Like that,
But I fucking adore this film. I do. Charlie Brewster is a normal American teenager whose mother thinks he watches too many late night horror films. I just see myself in him. Charlie's life is pretty.
Rude.
Yeah, Charlie's life is pretty uneventful until he becomes convinced that his suave and sinister neighbour Jerry Dandridge is a vampire. No one, least of all the police, will believe that Dandridge is the vicious killer responsible for the spate of bizarre murders. Charlie finds an ally in Peter Vincent Roddy McDowell, a former horror film star and host of TV's Fright Night Theatre, in his quest to nail the debonair bloodsucker. But then the nightmare really begins. Fucking awesome film.
Oh, it's cracking.
You know what I mean?
Cracking.
Chris Sarandon.
Oh, go on, sorry.
Chris Sarandon, William Ragsdale. Oh, fuck me. I absolutely just love it. And I can remember my dad came in, hired this son, just been released, watched it, blew me away. The next Monday, it was Youth Club, and it was to pick a video to watch. And I got every fucker in the youth club to vote for Fright Night.
And they let you watch it?
And we watched it in the youth club.
Jesus Christ.
Did it go down well?
Yeah, everybody loved it.
Yeah, they would.
Of course,
We're
yeah.
not allowed to watch this sort of shit at home, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody absolutely loved it.
Jesus.
And Fright Night became a massive favourite of mine since then. I've watched it multiple times. It's one of my favourite vampire films ever, and I prefer like the likes of Bela Lugosi and Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
In my vampires, but Fright Night. I mean, Chris Sarandon is in that.
Oh, he's very debonair.
You know, that long tradition of the suave vampire.
Yeah.
Like Christopher Lee was as suave as fuck when you first meet Bela Lugosi's Dracula. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think from the production side, casting Roddy McDowell was a genius move.
Genius as an old...
Because he was like an innocent, nice guy, and then suddenly he was in this horror film.
I mean, he'd played murderers and stuff like that in the likes of Columbo.
Yeah, well, he was always like...
Oh, yeah.
The unlikely-looking murderer, or he was like always played innocent really well. He was in the Planet of the Apes, wasn't
Roddy
he?
McDowell is most folk know him from the Planet of the Apes films.
Yeah.
And TV show and all of that, because he'd done all of them.
And he was the nice guy.
He was.
Ape, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was like the clever one, and he was like...
and he played Caesar in the later ones.
Yeah.
And just...
I was always a fan of Roddy McDowell.
Yeah,
always a fan.
But it was just so out of character for Roddy McDowell to go in this horror movie about vampires, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just clever, cleverly written and directed by Tom Holland. You know what I mean?
Who went on to be Spider-Man, which is pretty impressive.
Which is pretty impressive. No, he didn't go on to be Spider-Man.
I'm an easy target here.
Tom Holland directed Child's Play as well.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you had Amanda Bass.
Tom Holland plays Spider-Man.
He did play. Yeah.
It's a different one.
Different Tom Holland, though.
Okay. Yeah.
It's as
I'm
simple as
that simple to fool. That easy, man.
Oh my God, that was too easy.
I mean, you had Amanda Bass as Amy Peterson, and she went on to be in Married with Children, playing the next door neighbour. Stephen Jeffries as Evil Ed.
He was great.
And he was fantastic. Who went on to have a career in gay adult films.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them.
We're all looking at Clive going, really? You know what I mean?
I got them from here.
You know what I mean?
Some shelf under the counter.
Yeah.
I don't know how that
He
works.
showed me that secret door in the bottom left-hand corner, you know. He's like, oh my God, yeah.
Never go near that door.
The stench.
And Christopher Lee does appear in the film, but it's in archive footage.
Right.
Yeah, you know, from the Fright Night TV show thing. But it is, and Charlie goes up against, you know, the vampire. Jerry Dandridge. And the sequence in the nightclub is fantastic.
I can't remember it.
The strobing
And the dance and all that, and she's
yeah.
he's trying to seduce her.
Yeah, that's pretty,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've got the soundtrack upstairs on vinyl.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely fabulous film, man.
Can I bring up the remake?
Yeah, I was going to talk.
I was just thinking of that as well, actually.
Well,
I actually really enjoyed it.
I did as well. I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy the remake sequel.
Never seen it.
Which
there's a remake sequel?
Yeah.
Okay. Never seen that.
So the first one was done okay then to get a
but
sequel?
the sequel was straight to video, and it's a kind of remake sequel.
Same story, essentially.
Kind of, but it's it's a weird one, but the remake was great.
I like
is it Colin Farrell in it?
Colin
Farrell played, and David Tennant.
I have seen
David
it, but
Tennant
I can't.
played a good counterpart to Roddy McDowall.
Because obviously horror hosts at the point were a bit passé.
Yeah.
So they went with like Chris Angel style magician, didn't they?
Okay.
For David Tennant's character.
Yeah. Like,
who collected
proper gothic and
and he collected all these vampire artifacts,
but
knew nothing about it really.
Okay.
It was just all showed.
I thought it was very good.
It was like a cross between Russell Brand and Mark Baker at one point, when Mark Baker was doing the whole that Russell Brand kind of thing, believe it or not.
Yeah, I've seen a photo.
Yeah, you've seen the photos then.
And survived.
Yeah. But the original and the first sequel, which wasn't directed by Tom Holland or wrote by him, is fantastic as well.
It's mental.
But it's Jerry Dandridge's...
It's a lot more over the top, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Jerry Dandridge's sister. There's a lot more... vampirism in it. You've got werewolves in there as well.
Okay.
And there's some fantastic imagery. The bit where the female vampire is rollerblading or roller skating down this corridor, and it's in slow motion, and it just looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Just
down a school corridor or something.
Yeah. And it's just there's some fantastic imagery in it.
Yeah.
And it gets overlooked, but I watch it quite a lot, and I've got a lot of love for Fright Night 2.
I can't recall if I've seen him.
It's not a patch on the original.
I see,
but it's still a good sequel.
Has the original got a good-looking vampire as well? That seems to be a memory stuck in my head.
Yeah.
The original has, Jerry Dandridge.
Dandridge. I mean, Chris Sarandon.
It was all the makeup was out.
Tall, dark, handsome.
Yeah.
Takes after myself.
Well, and me.
When I say good-looking, I mean like horrific. There's some like big teeth, like them.
Oh no, he does. He does later on in the film.
Doesn't he have giant teeth? Yeah.
So
that stuff's
female.
Yeah.
Companion.
Yeah, which the end creature right at the end was
wasn't it?
Yeah, which was used, which was a leftover prop not used in Ghostbusters.
Really?
So it was developed and used in, because it was Steve Johnson.
Right, okay.
It was Steve Johnson who done them both, the effects on Ghostbusters. He created Slimer and things. Cool. And he done the effects on Fright Night.
Right.
And it was something that wasn't used because it was seen as a bit too horrific, and it was cut from Ghostbusters. So they used it and kind of developed it and changed it into...
Well, Ghostbusters changed from a more adult film to a PG, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a 15, the first one.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, okay. It was meant to be
a horror film.
A more adult film, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, actually.
Yeah, okay.
The comedy kind of...
We've got Bill Murray.
Yeah. Good decision in the end as well.
Absolutely, man.
So Fright Night and its sequels and reboots are all worth a watch, to be honest.
Absolutely, I would agree.
I need to watch the sequel.
What's
In
the
fact-
sequel? I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon Prime.
No,
Is
it
it?
isn't.
Is it not?
Isn't it?
No.
It's one of
on-
those.
I
It's
just
a
don't know if I've
lost.
seen
It's
it.
a bit of a lost
No,
film
I watched
Is
it
it?
recently.
because of rights issues. Can you remember the Mendez brothers, the murderers in America?
Heard of them.
Killed their mother and father.
Right.
Well, the dad owned the rights to the Fright Night franchise.
Oh, so it's gone
A couple
down
of days
with him.
before, Tom Holland and Roddy McDowall had met
Okay.
with them to do a Fright Night 3
Okay.
as like a proper direct sequel to the first one. And a couple of days later, they were murdered off the Sons. And the rights, that's why there's never been a good proper release bar the DVD. But you can get German releases of it.
Can you?
And, you know, I mean, I've got a couple of German releases. I've got a Spanish release of it as well with English language.
Okay.
But the kind of bootleggy, if you know what I mean.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. But they're official releases, but the bootleg official releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that happens over in Spain and Germany and things like that.
Okay.
The laws are slightly different to
I
ours.
probably need to rewatch the original as well. It's like
Oh, the original's well worth it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't watched it for
Absolutely.
decades, literally
well worth
decades.
So
watching.
we've
Yeah.
got time before we have a chat about Roger Corman. I think we've got time for one more. Do you wanna
Okay, yeah, okay.
Pick one
Off I
more.
go, back to the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've gone back to the 80s.
Oh man, bad taste.
Oh, what a
bad
film.
taste.
Peter
Yeah.
Jackson. Fucking Melt movie extraordinaire. 1987, same year as
Near Dark.
Near Dark. And I can remember hiring this from John Jameson's shop round the corner from us. His video shop.
Yeah, this is another one. Definitely another one of them gnarly.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You just think I don't trust this film one bit.
Guerrilla film, yeah.
They have a certain. It gives them a feel, doesn't it? Gritty and
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's just
Real.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally rather than polished.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very un-Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just didn't know what the fucking
That's
hell
it.
was going to happen
No.
next.
It was, you know, I mean,
I believe it took him a few years to make.
Yeah.
PD will agree with me on this. The 80s is the time for horror for us.
Oh yeah.
It's
It
like
went
when
off it,
horror
didn't it?
peaked, I think.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
it's been on a downward spiral.
We get sparks of brilliance.
You do get sparks.
Yeah, I can't say I'm in total agreement with that, but I do definitely know what you mean.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed, like, peak for me was when J-horror came out.
Right.
I love J-horror.
Right.
It was so different
Yeah.
and very much opposite of a lot of these films we're talking about today, wasn't it? It was a different
Super
tone,
stylized.
different culture,
Yeah.
creepy as hell.
Are we
Yeah.
talking
Didn't know what
about
the hell was
The
going
Ring.
on.
The Ring.
Grudge.
Ring, Grudge,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I went on a mad Japanese horror.
That-
kick.
And there was so many of them.
And
Yeah.
a lot of it we didn't get to see,
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
you know.
But they were like films that were like genuinely scary to me.
Yeah.
Think-
Audition, what the hell?
Tartan Video did.
Yeah,
like,
Oh,
Tartan
Tartan
Video.
Extreme.
Tartan did a brilliant
Tartan
job. of-
Extreme.
Tartan did a great job of bringing these
Yeah.
films to us.
Yeah.
'Cause I worked at Music Zone when Tartan were quite big, and like all their films were coming through. So this is where I know Audition, Old Boy, and
Yeah.
Tattoo, and you know what I mean, all
Yeah.
these films from.
They're
you know what I mean?
hardcore, aren't they?
Yeah,
when
yeah,
when they go,
absolutely.
they
Man
go
Bites
hard.
Dog,
Like, yeah.
you know.
See,
stuff
I've
like that.
been watching the Japanese and the Chinese stuff, but it was more kind of
Martial arts.
Eastern horrors, if you know what I mean.
Is that
Right.
now
Like-
you mean, or a
Back
while
then,
ago?
I was
Yeah.
like watching, Mr. Vampire and, them kind of.
What, the manga?
No, they weren't manga. These were
All right.
films, but they were
I don't
Japanese
know it,
horror.
yeah.
They were like Chinese and Japanese horror films, Tetsu and
Oh, yeah, I remember
Body
Tetsuo.
Hammer and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was watching all them kind of things in the 80s.
You see, a lot of this passed me by
Aye, well,
because it didn't get to everyone. Because,
no.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
back to bad taste.
Yeah.
On the front cover of this video, winner Gore Award 17th Paris Festival of Fantasy and Sci-Fi. On the back, one thing the aliens hadn't counted on, was Derek. And Derek's don't run. Lord Crumb and his army of aliens have landed on Earth. Already a small town has been packed in boxes, ready to become the latest taste sensation to hit the galaxy. Earth's government issue a full-scale alert and unleash their first line of defence, the boys, Derek, Frank, Oz and Barry. Will Lord Crumb succeed in turning the human race into Crumb's country delights, or will the boys stop him? Find out in this year's goriest and funniest cult movie, Bad Taste. Produced and directed by Peter Jackson, starring Mike Minute, Terry Potter, Peter O'Hearn, Craig Smith, and Peter Jackson himself.
Yeah, Peter Jackson was in there.
Yeah.
Well, he accident, did he?
Yeah, he played Derek.
No, he fell off the.
He was
cliff.
Derek.
He was the one who did the head.
Derek.
Yeah, stuck the brain back in his head.
Oh, that
Derek.
was him, was it? Didn't know
Derek.
that. I didn't know
Derek's
that.
don't run.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was Peter Jackson.
Yeah. When he was a bit slimmer.
A lot
You see
slimmer,
him
yeah.
twice because he plays an alien as well.
Oh, does he?
He plays an alien, the big alien with the beard. That's him. He plays two roles.
The alien didn't have a beard.
There's one of the aliens had a beard.
Did they?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Before they turned into that.
Oh, before they turned
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Right, before they turned into the aliens.
Before they turned into the alien faces.
I'm just thinking of the alien with the bloody beard.
No.
That doesn't make sense at all. Fucking hell, man.
And it was Colour Box who released quite a few cracking horror films as well who put on that. But Bad Taste, what a fucking film.
It's
Punk rock
Again,
I would
yeah.
say punk, that do-it-yourself mentality. I've got no money. I've got an incredible drive to do it.
But
I've got a solid
it's
idea.
also got that Antipodean sense of humour,
Yeah,
which
It's
Australia and New Zealand kind of shared, which has got
Black Sheep.
which is a little
Undead.
bit off
Yeah.
our
Great
humour
films.
as well.
Yeah.
It's like the Goodies and Monty Python style.
And just thinking about the pile there, that I could say you could probably describe that as the Australian Evil Dead, in terms of its impact and its what's behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that.
New Zealand.
New Zealand, sorry, yeah.
I
Oh god,
don't
yeah.
think the Kiwis would
Cut
like
that
to
out,
say
yeah.
that.
I don't want to get
Jesus.
murdered.
We don't want to offend the Down Under lot. I know they all listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
We've got
Peter
huge
Jackson.
following down there, like.
Peter Jackson listens.
Yeah.
Paul
Hogan.
That's it. Paul Hogan. Good night, mate. Sit down and have a shrimp on the barbie. I used to love the Paul Hogan show.
Yeah, I did as well. Yeah, he was funny and money.
Can you remember his mate who was a bit thick?
Yeah.
And he used to wear the hat with.
Yeah.
Come on, Hogs. Yeah, I used to love the Paul Hogan show on Channel 4 when it first started.
No.
You didn't?
No. Never got it.
Oh, I loved it.
Never got it. Never got him, to be honest.
Did you not like Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah, it was alright.
Oh, the second one's better. I like the second one a lot more when he goes up against drug dealers. Goes back to Australia.
Yes, no, I like that one better as well.
When he goes up against the drug dealers.
He knows how to use the land and shit.
Yeah.
I like that a bit better.
Yeah.
The scene I remember from that is where I think he's in a busy street, so I don't think he's in the outback. Some bloke runs away and he throws a can of beans
knocks him
at
out.
him.
It's down like a train station, isn't it?
Is it? Is that what it is? Yeah.
Sure
No, it's on the street. The
I just
train
remember that
station
being
ones
really
where he has to walk on everybody's heads at the end.
Oh, that's right.
When he's saying,
yeah.
he loves you.
No,
he
you
loves
see,
you.
yeah, no,
he
I've got
loves
fond
you.
memories of them films.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
there you
was
go.
But I
funny.
was never a massive Paul Hogan fan.
Okay.
So
I was more into Stephen Dennis.
there we go. We've chatted about 6 films, Stephen Dennis. Gonna make you feel good.
I knew I'd make him do that.
So we've chatted about Bad Taste, Fright Night, Creepshow, Society, The Evil Dead, and Near Dark.
All brilliant.
All absolutely a cracking bunch of films.
Yeah.
It's Clive's picked all these out from my archives, from the vaults.
Yeah.
And I think it's been a cracking episode. So before we shoot off, let's have a quick 5 minutes, about 5-10 minutes about Roger Corman, who sadly passed away.
Yeah.
Man was, people called him a schlockmeister and king of the bees. He didn't like any of that. He was just a filmmaker who would have loved to have been making bigger budget films, but just
Never got that break.
well, he always wanted to be in control of everything, and every time he tried to go with the studio, they just, they weren't what he wanted.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean. But the guy he was behind so many careers. Jack Nicholson, Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, the directors he put through their ultimate film school,
Coppola,
didn't
Ron Howard.
Yeah. And what a way to learn, to have somebody go, here's 25 grand, now go make a dinosaur movie.
Yeah.
Like, bloody hell, you're going to have to think off your, think on your feet.
And then you had people like Joe Dante working behind the scenes, cutting all the trailers together and things like that.
Yeah.
Then he got to direct Piranha. You know what I mean? And then Howling, and look what Joe Dante done as well.
Howling's a great film.
The Howling's a superb film.
Probably the fourth best werewolf movie.
So and now I'm compelled to ask, what are the top three then?
Well, American Werewolf
is number one.
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers.
Okay.
Probably Ginger Snaps for me.
Ginger Snaps, good, yeah.
And then probably Howling for me. That's the way it would go for me.
If you were going to say for American Werewolf in London, The Wolfman, Dog Soldiers, and The Howling.
So, do you like American Werewolf because it's clearly the best transformation, isn't it?
It's funny. It's funny. It's gory. It's got a brilliant soundtrack. It's got a great story. People call it people call it a British werewolf film. It isn't. It's American. American money. It was just filmed over here. For British werewolf films, Dog Soldiers number one.
Okay, yeah.
You know what Neil Marshall done with that film, and it was like, and I said this to his face when I met him. When I first seen Dog Soldiers, it was like when I first seen The Evil Dead.
Right. Okay.
I got that same kind of pumped up energy from it.
I'm trying to think now, because I'm a werewolf fan, and I wouldn't have put American Werewolf at number one.
That's cool.
But I don't know what I would put.
There you go.
One.
Well, you know what?
You know what I mean. Well, usually a good way to judge a film, I guess, is the impact it had on you when you first watched it. Because I can look back at films that I loved as a kid and I can't stand them anymore.
Oh no, there's plenty like that.
So I think Oliver Reed, The Wolfman,
Curse of the Werewolf.
Yeah, that had a big that hit me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? But it probably not half as good as I remember.
Oh, it's still a great film. I watched it recently. Yeah, I love it. I love a Hammer film. I can watch a Hammer film any day. But Roger Corman.
Oh yeah,
he directed so many. I mean, all the Edgar Allan Poe films with Vinnie Price, and obviously there was the H.P. Lovecraft one which had a Poe thing. And he was just, if there was a genre to exploit, he could exploit it.
He was right into exploitation.
Yeah,
but looking at him and talking to him, you wouldn't expect him to be like that. He's very
a mild-mannered,
gentle old man.
Really.
And you know what? I think he links loads of the films we've been talking about, because it's another punk. It's punk rock, isn't he?
Absolutely.
I've got no money. I've got loads of ideas.
Punk rock
I've got
before
drive.
there was punk rock.
Quite a few of them films. I mean, Bad Taste, Evil Dead. They probably wouldn't have got made if it wasn't for Roger Corman.
Yeah.
Even though he had no connection with them, but because of what he'd done,
what he could do, and showed that it was possible to get your own film out there.
That's it.
Massive loss.
Which
98 years old though. You know,
what a great
not like
age.
He had a shit life.
But we're going to have to do a Roger Corman episode. And with Clive mentioning werewolves, I think we're going to have to do a werewolf episode as well, which we haven't done.
Does that involve choosing your favourite werewolf films?
Yeah.
And talking about them?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to struggle because, I won't.
We're
both going to say...
No. I won't.
Well, now I've got your lists. I can cheat a bit, can't I?
Absolutely.
And I just choose the opposite.
You
You
haven't got waffs.
I haven't got waffs. Yeah, if I was betting, I'd bet Waff would agree with you guys.
Yeah, you would.
To a degree.
Okay, how much have I won?
Is there a pretentious Wolfman film? The one with Benicio del Toro. That's quite pretentious.
Which one's that?
No, that was the Wolfman remake. That wasn't pretentious. That was just shit.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you chose that. What did you chose? One called The Wolfman, didn't you?
Yeah.
You mean the old Hammer one?
No, the old Universal Monsters with Lon Chaney Jr.
Yeah, I didn't realise. I just immediately
that's the one. No.
Okay, I was surprised by that choice.
I love that film. I've got I've got a doll which is about 18 inches tall of the Wolfman.
Right.
No, Lon
He likes
Chaney.
his Universals.
I like my Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
Lon Chaney Jr. was fantastic. We are going to do a Universal Monsters one. We've always said we did do a 40s kind of 30s and 40s one,
we
didn't
did
we?
black and white.
Yeah, black and
'Cause
white horror.
I brought the Mummy into it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Which I love.
Which
original
one now?
Mummy. The
The
Universal
old
Mummy.
sort of walking like,
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Boris Karloff and that.
Yeah.
Carlisle one, yeah.
Um,
Love that one.
Did you? They
And we haven't done a
botched
proper
up-
Hammer one yet either.
No, we haven't.
We are doing a
Yeah.
Hammer Dracula, and we've been working on, but it kind of got put to one side, didn't it?
Well, things got in the way. We'll blame COVID, but it wasn't that.
No, it
I've watched a
wasn't.
few Hammer relatively recently. I've got a friend back home, and he just suddenly one day said, "I'm going to watch every Hammer film."
Good on him.
In the order that they're released, and he became got really completist about it. But he did it. He's done it.
If it was every Hammer horror, but if you go every Hammer film, you're going
That's a
back to the
lot.
30s and 40s.
Yeah, and they were sort of backwards because, like, the ones I saw, you get the full credits at the start, so pages and pages
Yeah,
of credits, and at the end they're like,
end.
then it's like, yes, we've killed Dracula. At the end.
Yeah.
There's no like after like sitting having a pint saying, we did it.
Yeah.
Are you a fan
It's
of
just
the Hammer House of Horror series then?
I haven't seen it since it was on, but I used to love it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it will age for me.
Well, I watched The House That Bled to Death a few times recently.
Yeah,
and
it's
I still love
superb.
that episode.
Is it good? Is that
It's the one where
Got a
they're having
blonde
birthday
woman in
party,
it?
They're having a birthday party.
does a pipe fall
Yeah.
like this?
Fucking
Yeah.
one.
Eh?
That's the one.
That's the one. Okay,
Stuck
yeah.
with me forever.
So that's obviously stuck with me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
stuck with you, it's exactly the same one.
Let's call it a night.
Aye.
It's been a cracking conversation. Thank you, Clive, for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed your first.
Yeah. But thanks for having me. And the nostalgia. I've got nostalgia in my feels.
Oh, that's good.
Superb.
Is it good? Yeah.
I like
Superb.
It's just a bit bad when it manifests itself physically.
So we'll get off. We're over 100 episodes now as well, folks.
that. Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I feel it.
So the
Happy
Ghostbusters
birthday.
episode was the 100th
Oh,
episode.
well, you've been instrumental in all of it, mate.
Yeah. It's
So
been building up to this moment.
that's it. So we'll get off.
All
I'll
right.
say good night to Clive. Good night to Darren.
Good night.
We've
Good
been
night,
the Carlisle
everybody.
Cult Cinema Club, and speak to you all soon. Good night. God bless. Hi, this is PD from Movies and More, the show all about movies and more. From next week, we're moving to Mondays, so join me from 10 p.m. each Monday night as we talk about some great movie songs and also review some great content from the likes of Netflix and Amazon Prime. Join me, PD, for all the new Monday Movies and More, Mondays from 10 p.m. on CRFM.